What's going on, everybody? This is Jordan with Conquer Trading and Investing, and this is our weekly Forex forecast and analysis for the upcoming week of January the 20th to 24th. It is a big week, a lot on the calendar, but more importantly, technically, things are really at critical levels. This is going to be a really good session we have ahead of us. We have a lot to cover. Before we do, I have to tell you, at the end of this video, I have something really special to share with you, something really exciting that I've been working on really hard. I think is going to benefit each and every one of you listening right now. So make sure that you stay tuned for that. Also, our YouTube channel continues to grow. It is really producing good content every day. If you're not yet subscribed, go ahead and subscribe now. If you're able to catch us for the live streams Monday through Friday, we live stream every Monday through Friday at 9 a.m. Eastern time. And if you can't, join us for the replay. All right, let's get into it because like I said, this is a really important week ahead of us. Look at the dollar index. Here's where we're going to start on the DXY. And look at this channel we've been trading within. All right. If you've been following the weekly Forex forecast, we've said that this is a really important channel. It looks to be like a bull flag and we expect it to break up. Is that happening right now? We're not sure. This is the close on Friday. Okay. It's out of the channel over here, but it's to where we've seen peaks before. And that's where it closed. The open on Monday is going to be a big deal. All right, you have to watch this carefully because if we are breaking out here to the upside, and specifically if we get above this resistance, look at this important resistance over here. All right, if we get above here, I think we have to really lean into dollar longs. All right, there's a good chance that they could really continue and keep going from here, breaking out of this, what like we've called it from the beginning, a bull flag. Now, there's also the possibility that we gap open on Monday and maybe back even right towards the bottom of this trend here, this trend line. Maybe we trade back into it. We have to be alert. We have to be aware. It's a big week next week. This is all taking place. Technically, this came off Thursday morning, 8:30 a.m. We had some positive data out of the US, and since then, the dollar has been on a tear. All right. Let's look at the setups we could find in other pairs, but I really want everyone to focus in on the dollar next week. It is going to lead the ways because if the dollar index is breaking out, we know where we got to look for trades. Let's find them right now. Let's start here with the euro US dollar. All right, we could see we're definitely in a downtrend over here. We've been trading sideways with a slight retrace up. Now, what is happening? If you zoom in over here, now one of the traders in the room brought to my attention that this could possibly be a head and shoulders developing. You could see it over here. Let me make it even clearer for you. You could see the head and shoulders possibly developing, and here's the neckline. All right, that neck would have broke on Friday during the New York session. If so, where are we coming down to? Well, if you take the neckline to the head, it's going to put you down towards this heavy support down here, if not lower. Now, I don't know that that's going to happen. Again, the opening on Monday is going to be really important. It's going to be really important. Actually, I will probably update you all through the trading view. If you're not already in the Telegram group, in the description below, you'll find that link. I will send out any updates, important updates as they occur in real time. Definitely on Monday. It's a big day ahead. What are we watching for right here? Well, we need to lean into the dollar index to see what develops right now. We're coming into some support down here right now as we are. And then we also have this whole area of support all the way down to 1.168. So careful shorting down here. I know that some traders might have took the break of this neckline. Let me even go down a little further to the 8-hour for you. All right, obviously this trend line here, that provided the nicer trade. But right over here, you got to be careful shorting into the support, and it is support. We need to see what happens up here. I have a feeling the euro US dollar is going to be able to hold off this support. If it breaks below this support, this is an important support. If we break below it, we also means that we're breaking out on the dollar index. At that point, I'll be looking for short trades down here into this area. But right now, as we're above it, watch carefully. There's a lot of momentum in the last couple of days on the dollar, but we're now leaning into support. And until support breaks, I look for it to hold. Next, let's take a look at gold. This is XAU US dollar. And the reason I want to look at gold, not that there's any trades developing that I see right now, but I just want you to see this bullish structure intact. More importantly, why we've had the dollar strong since Thursday. Why the dollar has been very strong, gold has maintained its highs. That's an important signal. You have to take into the dollar's strong. Gold with a strong dollar is gaining on the dollar. All right. So that's an important factor that you really want to consider. If we get back above this area over here, I'll call it 1562. I think we have some higher, another look over here towards the highs, somewhere around 1587, more or less. We will track it as it happens. Right now, though, I think there are better opportunities other than gold. I think gold, after this big up move, is kind of finding its way and is trading neutral right now. And the fact that it's consolidating above this support over here and with a strong dollar is just boding well and showing strong signs that gold might be able to continue running here. Also, fundamentally, keep in mind that the reason gold is moving with a strong dollar is because the government debts is just getting out of hand. Central bank liquidity is getting out of hand. The Fed is printing money. I think they're coming close, perhaps. The market's considering that they may lose control, and gold is the hedge against that, and it's responding as such right now. I do want to bring your attention out to the US dollar, Japanese yen. Stand back with me over here. You know, I don't think there's opportunity here right now, and I think there are better opportunities elsewhere, but I do just want to come in here and note that the yen has been pretty weak, and if the dollar does continue to strengthen, and if the dollar does break out, then we might have to look over here at the US dollar, Japanese yen, simply because if the dollar starts breaking out, the yen has just been weak, and there may come a time during 2020 when the yen strengthens up. There could be future trade tensions between the US and China. There could be further signs that manufacturing across the world is slipping and that we're headed toward a global slowdown. Look at this area over here. I have this blue box. If we trade up into here at any point, we'll be watching that carefully, because if we're rejected over here, that might be the opportunity to look for some shorts. Right now, though, stay neutral on this pair. Look for a pullback into here. See what happens if you get a pullback into the support and then resume off it. I wouldn't be taking any longs up here, and neither would I short it. The dollar's just been too strong and the yen's too weak. Again, let's take a look and let's find some opportunity elsewhere right now. US dollar, Canadian dollar. We have the Central Bank of Canada meeting next week, and the Central Bank of Canada is expected to remain on hold. Be interesting to see if we get any type of guidance that could perhaps move the pair. But what I'm noticing here is that we are in a strong downtrend. Okay, not only are we in a strong downtrend here on the US dollar, Canadian dollar, but again, the dollar has been pretty strong these last couple of days, and the Canadian dollar is holding its own. It's holding below this last resistance over here. All right. If the dollar starts breaking out, of course, this is no longer going to hold. This level will be taken out. Up here, you have strong trendline resistance coupled with this horizontal support, even stronger. This is an area to lean into if we get to it. Now, if the dollar does retrace on Monday back into its channel, back into that bull flag, the Canadian dollar here, although the central bank is meeting, could provide opportunity only because over the past week or so, as the dollar has provided pretty strong, the Canadian dollar has held its own. All right. You got to look for where there's strength and weakness, and the Canadian dollar continues to hold up strong. If and when the dollar all of a sudden starts weakening again, we get a little bit of a bias to the downside. Canadian dollar has a good chance of leading the way, along with the Australian dollar. We're going to look at that next as well. Here we are taking a look at the Australian dollar, US dollar, and I think it's important to remember, as before we go any further, this is right now a US dollar story. What's the dollar going to do? If the dollar does break out from here, all right, it's too soon to be looking to pick tops here on the Canadian dollar. Is this another head and shoulders developing? What would that look like if it is? And it could be, right? It could be. We're just putting the picture together right now for ourselves. Is this another head and shoulders developing? Possibly. I don't necessarily think so, but point being, you don't want to try and pick tops just yet. If the dollar is going to break out from here, that means two things are going to happen here in the Australian US dollar that we want to look to happen. All right. Let me move this box over. Sorry. Why box? Because look at this trend line support. This is the year-long trend line coming down here. When price broke out, so far this is held as support once. On the second time, it didn't even come down and test it. It did on the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. We'll take a look at that in a moment. But it's held above this support, okay? And as long as she continues trading above this support right here where my mouse is horizontally, that's pretty bullish, all right? So if the dollar does turn next week, if the dollar does start weakening, the Australian dollar, US dollar should lead the way to the upside. You get above this resistance over here, and let me make that resistance for you and for myself. If we get above this resistance, I think that we could put some nice gains in. Right now, some work to do here. When I said 2 levels, this horizontal support down here is a big and important level. All right. This trend line over here is a big and important level. Why is it an important level? Because it held 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times it held over the course of a year. Since it's broken, it's become support. If this breaks over here to the downside and this support breaks, what does that mean? Then we want to really get short Australian dollars versus the US dollar. But not yet, not right now. We're in the midst of a possible year-long breakout of this trend line. It's holding up pretty strong. Not yet. It's not the time to be looking for any type of sales. It's to look to see if the dollar holds here, price starts reversing, especially you have 1, 2, 3, 4 higher lows. All right. This continues to look good. Yes. It looks like possibly now we might be making a turn here and breaking down. We'll see. It's a dollar story. All right. Good luck. Let's also look at the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Similar story here in the Australian dollar, Japanese yen. Similar story in the fact that we're dealing with a year-long breakout of this trend line. It has tested successfully once and held as support, the broken resistance. It has held twice. Now, the only difference is this. The only difference between the two pairs is that the Japanese yen right now continues to be weak. And you can see here, we're consolidating still near the highs. If we get above this level, if we get above 76.60, we could be off to the races on this pair. We could really put in some nice gains. Right now, we got some overhead work to do, and things have turned a little bit on Friday, all right? But that's normal after this move up. Right? This was when the US and Iran fiasco started. We really saw risk off big time. But then when we realized that the two were not going to go to war or escalate any further, we came back to risk off. Okay, this is just consolidating above this support here. This looks solid. And above that support, this trade looks to be looking very bullish. Let's take a look now at the pound US dollar. Okay, so ever since we started the uptrend back in the summer, back in August and into September, we have been on a pretty beautiful run over 1,400 pips. And we still, look at my mouse over here, we're still consolidating above the last breakout, the last leg up. We're still above that breakout over here in this area. And right now we're testing it again, and you're testing this support over here as well. Get below this here next week. That means the dollar is breaking out, and then it might be an opportune time to get short here on the pound US dollar. The central bank is expected to lower rates. The data has not been so good out of the UK, but nevertheless, it's still maintaining and holding these gains really well. I think before this breaks, this is an opportunity if you get a little bit further test of this horizontal support, this green line over here, as well as this trend line support over here to lean into. Above this resistance over here, this looks really good, and we might be able to put in a lot more gains, at least test up into this blue area up here. If we do break this trend line to the downside and break the support here, I definitely think that might be a really good entry. That means the dollar's also breaking out. That's going to bring this support into question over here at 1.2789. If we lose that level, there could be some further downside. So I think a break of this trend line opens up an opportunity where you want to take a look at a short. But I also think until that breaks, it's providing something to lean into. You have support here horizontally. I know the central bank's looking to go ahead and lower interest rates, but I'm going to follow what the charts are providing. And right now, this continues to have a healthy structure. And as you get the opportunity to lean into some strong supports in an uptrend, that's where the opportunity needs to be taken. Let's take a look now at the pound Japanese yen. Again, this looks a little bit better than the pound US dollar, just like on the Australian dollar US dollar and the Australian dollar Japanese yen. Why? Because the yen has been weaker than the dollar. Therefore, the pound is holding up better. You could see the same story. We're coming into this trend line. Would I be looking to take a short here if we break this trend line? I don't think we're going to see any continued yen strength just yet. At least that's not what the market is showing. So it's too soon to try to go ahead and get preemptive there. If you're going to take to the short side on the pound, I think the US dollar is a better play. And adversely, that could mean if you're looking to take a long, to take it versus the Japanese yen over the dollar. So if you are, as we lean into this support over here, and we are right now, we're getting close to it, right? You could, if you see price resume, that might be the opportunity to get long. I like this resistance better. You could see this resistance here. 1-2 times it's been rejected. Wait until you get above there. If and when you get above there, look for that. Look for the break above. Look for price to retest and make sure this is now support. And as price resumes upwards, that might be the best place to look for an entry. Be patient. Wait for your setups. And when they come, then step on them. Jump in front of them and take advantage. That looks like a good trade if it develops. That's the trade to wait for. Again, there's plenty of opportunities across the board. Look for the best ones, and that's where you want to focus your capital, your time, and your attention. I do want to take a look also at crude oil here with you, because why? Ever since we broke this trend line, right, we have been taking out support levels. 1, 2. This one is held. This one is held down over here, and price is resuming offwards, but it's back into resistance right now, and it's testing it. So it's a big deal what happens going into next week on oil. Break above here, and I think oil's got some room to run. I think if that's happening, you're going to see the Japanese yen pairs also at the same time weakening and pairs breaking out against it. That might be the time to get long the pound versus the Japanese yen. At the same time here, though, if this resistance holds and price starts peeling off and come back down, that might be an opportunity to look to get into a short if you didn't get into here, or if you got into this trade and have already taken profit as this support held, that could be a time to re-enter the trade. Or you never know, right? We can see further consolidation between this support and this resistance. But that's where we are right now. And I just want to take a look at it because it definitely affects the Canadian dollar. The Canadian dollar is going to be supported if oil is able to break above this resistance over here next week. That's why I'll be watching this closely on Monday. I am really excited to be sharing this with you right now. A lot of work has gone into this. This, I think, is going to be the solution that helps a lot of traders. I put together the complete Forex trading academy. I'm talking everything, mentoring, a course, signals. I am going to be releasing this. The launch date for the course is coming up on February the 1st. Let's take a look right now at that. Look at this course that I've put together. I'm talking about everything that you need for a rule-based strategy, including as far as a position size, risk management, when exactly to enter, what you're looking for as you enter, using expert advisors to help you place your orders and set trades. The complete package. This is going to launch on February the 1st, but that's not it. It also includes mentoring. Everything is in this package. The course, the coaching, the signals, all for $50 a month. Now, this is just the launch price. This is only the launch price. This is only for those of you watching right now. On February the 1st, when the course is launched to the public, the price will be $75 a month. Now, this also includes signals. What I mean by signals, I mean you could use a Forex trade copier to copy these trades into your own account, because my goal here is not only to teach you how to trade. My goal is to help you achieve your goals. All right. I could, through the course, teach you how to do this on your own. And I'm going to give you the opportunity to do this so you can really grow your account out. Now, everything is included here. Again, this price is only for the launch, up until the launch. On February the 1st, when the course goes live for the public, the cost will immediately go up to $75 for the monthly plan. This is $500 a year, $600 if you lock into the monthly price, right? That will go up to $75 per month immediately on February the 1st. And then shortly thereafter, it will go to $100. That will happen relatively quickly. And then from there, the next thing that will happen is just the course will be sold. The signals will no longer be included for those that are just getting involved. There's only a limited number of slots for that. And once they're gone, then the course will just be sold with the mentoring. And that's how it's going to work. So what's going to be happening inside the normal live streams? Everything that's been happening will continue to happen. Everything is the same. Nothing has changed whatsoever, meaning everything I do in there to guide, to instruct, to educate, to help traders will continue the same exact way. Everything is the same exact. Anyone who's looking for a little bit more direction, a little bit more help, whether they're looking to take advantage of being able to grow their account through the signals and also looking to improve their trading with some particulars, getting really into entries and position size and stops, being able to take advantage of the expert advisors I use. All these things are there to help. This is a little bit crazy. It's extremely low price. So the whole idea here was put together the complete package to offer everything above and beyond. And yes, I'm basically giving it away, but that's okay. It's not giving it away. It's getting someone invested in their own education, in their own future. It's helping them. So it's not giving anything away. It's helping them. So I invite you to take advantage of this launch price. I invite you to take advantage of this launch price and as well as to secure your own slot because it's not going to be there with these. Actually, these terms only be available until the launch on February the 1st. Then they'll no longer be available. They'll have changed and then we'll work it up from there. But this is something that anyone watching, I hope that you're able to take advantage of this. And the link is just right here in the description below. You go ahead and you could click on that, be taking here to go ahead and take advantage of this pre-launch pricing and securing your slot. And I really have worked hard to put together the best possible complete course. Obviously, you all know the type of education that I offer. This is really getting into it, really helping people. I really think this could help you take your trading to the next level. I know that the value has gone well above and beyond here, and that's what I want. I want to simply provide the best possible education and help people grow into the traders they can be, and I want to be there to guide them and help them do that.